Yo, what is up, Toxie fam? Get ready for a whirlwind of wrestling wisdom because we're diving deep into the minds of legends and the legacies they've built. First up, the legendary Undertaker is speaking out, and he's revealed who he believes was the closest to capturing that iconic, Undertaker-esque magic. We're talking about a specific superstar whose unique persona left a lasting impression, and Taker himself is weighing in on this powerful connection. Next, the Deadman himself is dropping more truth bombs. The Undertaker sat down and shared what he considers the absolute most important part of professional wrestling. Forget the flashy moves and high-flying acrobatics for a second, because Taker says it all comes down to something far more fundamental, something that truly connects with the audience on a visceral level. And that brings us to another deep dive with The Undertaker. He's doubling down on his philosophy, explaining that wrestling isn't just about the in-ring action, but is fundamentally about storytelling. We'll break down his take on how characters are built, why connection is king, and how WWE finds its next generation of stars, all while he revisits that unforgettable comparison to Bray Wyatt. Finally, we're taking a trip down memory lane to revisit some of professional wrestling's most unforgettable reunions. From iconic tag teams finding their way back to the ring to legendary pairings that defined eras, we're counting down the reunions that made us cheer, gasp, and relive the glory days. You do not want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and join the Toxie family now. The Undertaker shares who was Undertaker-esque. Legendary WWE icon The Undertaker has spoken, and he's identified the one superstar he believes came closest to embodying the unique, captivating aura that defined his own legendary career. In a candid conversation on the Nightcap show, the Phenom bypassed generalities, pinpointing the late, great Bray Wyatt as the performer who truly captured that Undertaker-esque magic. Undertaker explained that while he sees immense potential in today's wrestling talent, finding someone with a character as distinct and compelling as his own is rare. However, he specifically called out Bray Wyatt, a performer whose dark and mesmerizing persona resonated deeply with fans and clearly with Taker himself. Yeah, we lost him, but he was in that category of being Undertaker-esque, Undertaker stated, highlighting the profound impact Wyatt had. The wrestling world was deeply saddened by the sudden passing of Bray Wyatt at just 36 years old in August 2023, a loss that significantly affected many, including The Undertaker, who had been a consistent supporter of Wyatt's creative vision and dedication to his craft. Fans and analysts alike are dissecting Undertaker's comments, with many agreeing that Wyatt possessed a truly one-of-a-kind charisma and character depth that few in the industry have ever matched. The discussion around Wyatt's legacy and his unique place in wrestling history continues to grow, fueled by tributes from those who knew and admired him. Don't go anywhere, because the insights from The Undertaker are just getting started. Next, we're diving into what Taker believes is the single most crucial element for success in professional wrestling. The Undertaker, making fans care is key. In a candid revelation, The Undertaker has shared the single most important attribute a professional wrestler must possess to achieve true stardom: the ability to make an audience care. Speaking on the Nightcap, the WWE Hall of Famer emphasized that beyond athletic prowess, it's the emotional connection forged with fans that truly defines success in the wrestling business. You have to have the ability to make somebody care, right? Bar none, The Undertaker declared. He elaborated that while many wrestlers have achieved financial success without being technical wizards, the core of the business lies in eliciting a strong emotional response, whether love or hate, from the audience. And if you got that, everything can take care of itself, he added, underscoring the power of fan investment. This perspective highlights a shift in focus from pure in-ring action to the art of storytelling and character development. Analysts and fans are debating how this philosophy applies to current wrestling trends, with many agreeing that the most memorable performers are those who can create compelling narratives and resonate deeply with viewers, proving that genuine connection trumps mere athleticism. Stay locked in, because we're exploring this storytelling angle even further. Up next, The Undertaker elaborates on why wrestling is truly about the narrative, not just the moves. Undertaker, wrestling is storytelling, not just moves. The Undertaker is doubling down on his core philosophy. Professional wrestling is fundamentally about storytelling, not just executing complex maneuvers. In his recent interview with Nightcap, the legendary Deadman articulated that while athletic moves are essential, their true purpose is to serve a larger narrative and forge a powerful connection with the audience. Wrestling isn't about wrestling moves. Wrestling is about telling stories. We use the moves to help tell the story, but it's all about the connection, The Undertaker explained. He further emphasized that fans pay to see compelling characters and the drama that unfolds, whether they are cheering for a hero or booing a villain. If you love somebody, you pay money to see him kick the other guy's ass, or if you hate him, you pay to see him get beaten. That's the gist of what we do. This deep dive into character and connection comes as Undertaker also reflected on the evolution of wrestling, noting WWE's continued recruitment of collegiate athletes while acknowledging the challenge of training individuals from the ground up. He also revisited his earlier comments, again naming the late Bray Wyatt as the closest performer in recent years to possess that unique, Undertaker-esque quality, reinforcing Wyatt's distinct impact on the industry. But the wrestling world isn't just about individual brilliance. It's also about unforgettable reunions. Coming up, we're counting down the most iconic tag team and faction comebacks in pro wrestling history. Pro wrestling's most epic reunions revealed. From legendary tag teams to iconic factions, the world of professional wrestling is no stranger to dramatic reunions that send shockwaves through the fanbase. We're revisiting some of the most memorable comebacks that have captured nostalgia and reignited rivalries, proving that sometimes the past is worth bringing back. This exploration delves into the magic of seeing familiar faces and celebrated duos back in the ring. The article highlights how these reunions, when done right, can tap into a deep well of fan affection and create compelling new storylines. It touches upon the challenges of recapturing past glory, citing examples like the various incarnations of the NWO and the Four Horsemen, and acknowledging that not all reunions live up to the hype. However, it also celebrates those that masterfully blend nostalgia with fresh narratives, like the enduring bond between Edge and Christian, and the impactful return of The Undertaker alongside his legendary manager, Paul Bearer. Fans are buzzing about which reunions are truly top tier, with many sharing their personal favorites and debating the impact of these moments on wrestling history. The discussion often centers on how these moments connect with the audience's emotional investment and the art of storytelling that The Undertaker himself champions. And that's a wrap on our reunion countdown. Don't go anywhere yet, we've got a lightning round recap and your final call to action coming right up. And that's a wrap on today's Wrestling Deep Dive. We heard The Undertaker talk about Bray Wyatt's unique legacy, learned that making fans care is the ultimate key in wrestling, and celebrated iconic wrestling reunions that defined eras. Don't forget to smash that like button if you loved this episode, subscribe to Toxie for more exclusive content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Follow us on all social media platforms to keep the conversation going. We'll see you in the next one.